Hello, today we're going to use the SketchBook Express app for iPad to create geometric art in the style of Piet Mondrian. We're going to focus on how to use the rectangle tool and the fill bucket today. First, let's repeat all of the SketchBook Express application icons and their functions. Please repeat each one after me on a voice level 2. Gallery. Add new sketch. I for information. Undo arrow. Redo arrow, brush editor, draw styles, free draw, line tool, rectangle tool, circle tool, symmetry, text, transform, layers. Let's begin by looking at our brush editor. If you already have something on your screen, I suggest you press the plus, save what you've been working on, and give yourself a clean screen. The fastest way to get a clean screen is to tap the plus. Also, if you make a mistake and you want to go back, use the undo arrow to go back and take away the line you just drew. Let's look at our brush editor. Today we're going to use the pen tool. Select the pen tool in the bottom left-hand corner. We're going to turn the radius all the way up to 10. And we're going to turn the opacity all the way up to 1. Let's move to the bottom of the color wheel and get black on our pen tool. Next, we're going to switch to our rectangle tool. So if you come right here to your draw styles, you can select your rectangle tool, and now we'll be drawing lots of rectangles. One other important thing I would like to recommend everybody do is to grab your screen with 2 fingers and pinch and reduce the size of your drawing to about 90%. Doesn't have to be exactly on 90, but now I can see a little bit of the gray workspace all the way around the edge, so it's easier for me to draw rectangles that go all the way to the edge. Let's start. When you pull out your rectangle tool, you'll see you get a dotted line that shows you where your rectangle is going to go. You can make it as tall and vertical as you like, or as wide and horizontal as you like, just by pulling on one corner. When you get it in the place that you want it, just let go. If you like it, keep it there. If you don't, tap the undo arrow to go back in time and take it away. I'm going to draw about 12 rectangles and squares, kind of like the pieces by Piet Mondrian on the left-hand side of the screen. Let's get started. Your rectangles might overlap. They can overlap to create other rectangles, or they might overlap to create the shapes of squares. One of the important things here is you try using space, making some of those lines touch and crisscross, and get comfortable using the rectangle tool. Anytime you make one you don't like, just press undo to go back in time and take it away. One of the reasons that we call this the rectangle tool is it's very hard to make perfect squares with it, but it's pretty easy to make rectangles. That one's about as close as I can get to a perfect square. I also like to put a frame around my work sometimes, so I like to start in one corner and pull out a rectangle that goes all the way across and touches the edge of my art as it goes. It took me a few tries to get it lined up the way I wanted. That's okay. I just used the undo arrow to take it away. Now that we've done that, we've created about a dozen rectangles and squares. Let's switch over to our fill bucket. Look at your brush editor. The top tool right here is your fill bucket. When you tap on the fill bucket, it looks like a bucket of paint. Hello, fill bucket. It fills up your color indicator screen with that color. Now, Piet Mondrian did have a couple of black rectangles, so let's add a couple of black rectangles. I can just tap in those rectangles or squares now and fill them with that color. I'm just going to do two, just two of each color. I'm going to leave it turned on the fill bucket now, but switch over to red. I just move across the rhombus to the right hand corner. That's where we pick up the truest color of that pigment. And make sure I'm on red on the color wheel. Now I can tap on two rectangles and make them red. Let's repeat that. Let's switch to yellow. So I move around the color wheel, over to yellow. Make sure my color indicator is in the right hand corner of the rhombus. And I'll tap on two squares to create a yellow space. And lastly, I'd like to select blue. So let me move around the color wheel to the blue I want. If I wanted to make it darker, I could move down the rhombus and mix in black with it, or I can move up the rhombus and mix in white. But I'm going to move the color indicator to the right hand corner of the rhombus so I have a really true royal blue. And I'm going to make two of my squares blue. Piet Mondrian left many of his squares and rectangles white. This allows the colors to really pop out and makes a great impression on the person viewing the art. He loved the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and he loved geometric art. When you finish, make sure you use the text tool to type your name. When you tap the three dots, you'll see the letter A for text. Tap on the word text and you will get a keyboard. You'll also get the last words that you typed, so you can use the backspace arrow to backspace the letters away. Use the shift arrow to give you a capital letter to start your name. Don't forget to add punctuation if you have punctuation in your name. And don't forget to capitalize your last name also. You can pick whatever kind of font you want, whatever style you would like your name to be in. I'm going to pick a very bold, blocky font because I think it goes well with Piet Mondrian's art. I'm going to use Retina Bold. I'm going to pick a new color and change my name color to black. And I'm going to change the size. Now I don't want it to be right in the middle of my art. I want this to be more about the piece of art I've created. Before you press done, if you're on free at the top, you can grab your text, grab your name with two fingers and place it where you want. I'm going to use Move Text. Move Text is the second button at the top. It looks like a T made out of arrows. Now I can use one finger to move my name where I want it in my piece of art. I want it to be right here in the bottom right hand corner. I'm going to space it so you can see all my letters. I think I need to make it just a little bit smaller. If your text is on free, you can grab it with two fingers and change the size and the position of it. And when I'm done, I press done. I can't wait to see how your pieces turn out. To send this art in on Shobi, you need to press the plus icon and the blue word Save. Then go to your gallery, tap the 4 rectangles in the top left-hand corner. And once you go in your gallery, you can see all your pictures. Tap the picture you'd like to export, and you'll see a blue rectangle appear around it. Tap the flower with the arrow at the bottom, and you'll see the option to send your picture to your photo library. It must be in your photo library to upload it to Shobi. So select Photo Library, choose your image orientation, which direction would you like it turned. I'm going to select it straight up just like I drew it. And once you tap that picture, the export box disappears. Now it's in your photo library and you can upload it to Shobi and share it.